It is Stardew Valley today, as you've requested, so yeah. Stardew Sunday, Monday, Thursday, yeah. I just really want to stream this game, so yeah, we should go into it. We're going to be hitting the summer season, so that should be fun. So we'll switch over into our scene now. And we can turn the music up. Hopefully everyone can hear that. And straight away we are summoning a lair creature. And today we have a little sprite dude. He's coming in to say hello. Thank you, Pumi, for inviting our little sprite into the chat. He is very excited to be here, and he promises not to set everything on fire. Maybe. And we're summoning fireflies. Okay. We've got them all. They're all in the chat today. Thank you, Puli. So, we can head into the game. You got big points to spend. Oh no. In the chat, like above, I know you said you couldn't see the stream avatars, but there should be like a little cup now, and if you click on that you can see my live in-game achievements as I'm playing. So if I gain an achievement through Steam, it will show there. We're currently at 14%, so we're nowhere near close, but we'll get there. So today we're gonna be going into the summer. So we need to end the spring and get all our crops. So let us see what the fortune teller says. Okay, the sprites are not happy today, which means no mining for us, but we have all these goodies that we need to put away. So let us look here and see. Do I need any of these things? No. Okay, we need 10 bat wings, which I have. We're on our way to having enough copper to upgrade our... Well, no, we have enough copper to do our pick, so we could just do that. So I'm gonna need these for when we do fermenters and stuff. Iron. We don't need all that quartz, so I'm gonna sell some of that too. We've got a collection of geodes that we need to break open. But we're not mining today, so we can put our tools away for now. Did I put the copper ore away? I did, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to get this smelting so we can get all our tools upgraded, because that is going to be something we need to do. So we have stone, we have coal. I'm using carrots for energy because they're so good. We can put those things away for now. Was it 10 of the bat wings I needed? Let me check. Yes, 10. And I think... No, I don't have enough slime. Almost. And we can put our coal away as well. We're not going to be needing that. So again, no reason to... plant any crops because they're just gonna die. So we need to check as well. Have I donated any fish here? Let me put these in my inventory. And we shall see. Where did our little thing go? Hang on. There he is. I was wondering where he disappeared to. Oh, did... My bad, he wasn't looped. The fire sprite disappeared for a minute. That was my bad, sorry. Okay, let us see. Okay, we can donate the mussel, that's fine. And that's it. Okay, the rest of these fish are just... I'm keeping one of every fish, I guess. I do want to upgrade my fishing rod as well. I feel like that will be good. I feel like I should have done it a very long time ago though. Let's say hello to the chickens. Where's my other one? We have more eggs. I need to make a mayonnaise machine. Okay, we can sell these. We can head off, drop these things into the bundles, and then I didn't do the dog. Oh goodness. Here you go. Hi doggy. I'll water you after. So let us continue onwards. Oh, and my screen has reset again. I don't know why it keeps doing it for this game, but it is, and it's really annoying. Okay, wait. Let me know if anything looks weird or sounds weird. I hope you can hear on the music also. Oh, it's Pierre's birthday. I'm not interested. Maybe we can try this? I'm not sure. Good. I'm glad. Okay, community first. Community center. Hello, Mr. Where was it? This one, okay. Then we just need to get 2 more things for this and we'll be good. And we need to donate these into there. Okay. Let us go and get our pickaxe done. You gotta check the trash. Ooh, an acorn. Wait, no, that's what we were gonna do. We were gonna upgrade our pickaxe. And then we were gonna get a new fishing rod. Hello, Clint. Can you process these geodes for us? Stone. And limestone. Beautiful. Just what we want. Ooh, we got a new achievement. We've got the greenhorn, which I guess is to make 15k in total, which is fun. We can donate this limestone as well while we're here. Why not? So I am aiming to get the steam. Oh my goodness, what happened? Okay, I was wondering what the heck happened there. Okay. I'm aiming to get all the Steam achievements as well, which will be the perfection. So like I said up in the chat, there's like the little cup where you can go and you can check the achievements. That I don't believe was a Steam achievement, it was just a in-game achievement. Because they have achievements separate in-game and in Steam, I do believe. Ooh, we have some goodies on the beach, which I love to see. Okay, Willy, I think it's time that we upgrade our fishing rod. Okay, what fishing rod do you have? Okay, I think it's time. I think it's time we get the big boy rod. I'm gonna buy some bait. We'll start off with 30. I want to look at these. Because, look, you can get cute bobbers. I want a smiley face. That's cute. Okay. So now we have our good, trusty fishing rod. We can do a little bit of fishing. And if I get up our little chart a second. Let me get it up for us. Hopefully you can see it if it's not working again. Oh my goodness, what is this doing? There we go. I don't know why it resets every time. I just need to check it, I guess. So let us look. Oh, okay, there we go. And see if we have any more spring fish that we need to catch. We have the eel, but that needs to be raining. And sadly, it's not raining. And we haven't got this legend fish either. Which is not good, but you know. Look! I'm glad you saw it. Okay. We have a sardine. Our little bobber thing is so cute. Perfect catch. Just what I like to see. Perfect catch and is not starred. I don't like that at all. Another perfect catch, let's see. Why are they not starred? Am I just that unlucky? What the heck? That's no fun. I've got some new ideas to sleep on, which is fun. I am not sure. Oh, there we go. We have our first iridium herring, which is good. I'm not sure. There probably is. I'm just not at the right level, I guess, for these types of things. We have the anchovy, which, you know, we love to see. We got a flounder. Another perfect catch. There we go. We got the iridium flounder. I'm just gonna take a sip of my coffee. I found that you need to pull the menu up when you like want to pause, otherwise the time continues going. And I don't want time to go while I'm sipping on my coffee, because in this game time is very precious. Okay, we are caffeinated. Let us continue. I just want to make as much money as I can so that I can buy a load of seeds for the summer harvest. Another achievement, we got the mother catch. What does that mean? What does mother catch mean? Hang on. Catch 100 fish. Okay, we've caught 100 fish, which is very exciting. Iridium sardine. Okay, wonderful. I don't understand. Sometimes I get perfect catches and they just give me normal fish. New record with the anchovy. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I don't think I'm lucky. Okay, let me check what I've done the pantry. Okay, I haven't really done. So I need a catfish, a shad, and a tiger trout. Yeah, I needed it to rain. I'm not gonna be able to get this catfish now until next spring, which is very sad unless it rains on the last 2 days of spring. Yeah, Willy. Don't mind me. Alright. We need to pray to the rain gods. Pray that they give us some rain so we can get that fish. Another perfect catch. See? You've blessed me, so we're gonna get either rain tomorrow or the next day. Is that what you're saying, Pooley? Because if it doesn't rain, it's not gonna look good for you. Damn it, I was drinking coffee. Does it always rain? Okay, I'll have to believe you. Another new record. I'm getting so much seaweed. I am just so unlucky. Another flounder. Oh no, I've run out of bait. Oh, and I'm low on energy anyway, so you can just go back. It's fine. Wait. Did I have... Yes, I've already got a mussel. Okay. I need an there's an oyster. Oh my goodness. How lucky is that? I was saying I need an oyster and it just happens to be there. Why is it not letting me pick that up? Is my inventory full? Oh, I'll just... We have a sea urchin and I need the stone. Let me... We can donate this oyster. You need the long straw. Let's hope you get it. So we'll quickly go and donate this oyster, otherwise I might accidentally sell it. For now as well, I'm probably going to keep one of just the iridium fish. We need one more for that crab pot bundle. And hopefully we get a day of rain. That is my hope. Let's quickly check in this chest. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the iridium flounder, the iridium herring, the iridium sardine, and I think that's all the iridium fishes that I have. I'm gonna try and keep one of everything, I guess. Yes, I have an anchovy. Oh, I got a gold one. Okay. Oh wait, the sea urchin. Okay. I was just about to sell that. Not my carrots. That would have been a grave mistake. Let me look at our skills. Okay. Our skills are okay. They could be better, but they're not the worst. Which is fine. It's fine. We've got this. Ooh, we're now level 4 in fishing, which is fun. Okay, we made a bit of money. Oh, it's a sunny day, which means we only have one more day for it to rain, Pulley. Okay. Okay, we're not lucky again today, which means... Okay, that's fine. So yeah, that means no mining again for us today. Which is sad, so we'll be fishing. Maybe we can start getting our... Maybe we can start getting our farm ready for summer. Oh, hello ladies. You're back? Well, it didn't rain today, Poolie, so you better hope we get rain tomorrow. Okay, let's see how we make a mayonnaise machine. Okay, do I have these things? I know I have copper. I have an earth crystal, okay. Okay, I do. I have the things. I have them. We can make the mayonnaise machine and we can start making mayonnaise. And I'm gonna put this in the ladies area. And we have our good quality eggs in there. It did rain somewhere? Oh my goodness. You're terrible. So we can put those back in. Where is my watering can? Here it is. Hello, Papa. Another ad? Yeah, that's not from me, I'm afraid. I have all my ads turned off. What other machines do we have access to? We could make a tapper. Which may be useful. How much is it again? It was 2 copper and 40 wood. I'll just take the wood. Yeah, we can make a tapper. And for now, I'll just put it on the tree over here. No, we don't want to eat the large egg. I was thinking we could clean up this area a bit more so we can get ready for the summer, which is not far away now. I'm not sure I'm gonna get another strawberry harvest from this, but I will water them. Okay. Get our scythe. Sadly, my pickaxe is still with flint, so I can't really break any of the stones, but that is okay. We can just go around and hit things. Although I feel like it's gonna reset anyway, but you know. We can just get this little area ready. I'm not sure why there is no music, but there isn't, so I am very sorry. Okay. What I need is a pathway that way. Because I swear that cave should be open now. And of course I can't get past it. Yeah, there's no getting in there for me. Which is so annoying. Why can Clint not hurry up with my pickaxe? Yeah, I don't know why. I think it should just be consistent all the way through. See, and now I can't get all my materials, which makes me mad. See, now it's just too loud. I feel like I want to put one of my like barns or coops or something over here. Like maybe in this area and fence it off. Because it has the bluegrass, which they really like. So just doing some weed whacking. I may eventually get around to actually going fishing, but get one of these from real life, like a little scythe, and just go around scything my own grass. Is that how it works in real life too? I hope. I wish. It'd probably be more work, but I feel like it would be kind of easier. I hate mowing the grass. It is my least favorite thing to do. I'm thinking, do I put like all my animal barns together or do I scatter them? Because I know a lot of people just put them all in one spot and there you go. But I don't know. I do not know. It's a froggy. I know you can get a pet frog and a parrot in this, and I really want one. I want a pet that isn't a dog. You think I should scatter them? But then does that make it less effective? Also, another animal you can get is an ostrich. I did not know you could get ostriches. So, like, that's kind of cool. And obviously you have all the different types of chickens. You have golden chicken, void chicken, any kind of chicken you think of, it's there. Okay, it might seem like I haven't done much, but you know, I've been clearing. I've been doing some little things here and there. Some days you just have to organize. Yes, I could have been fishing, but I wasn't. True. Oh my goodness, it's so dark now. Yes, I really want it. I really want to play it. But at the same time, like, it's kind of expensive. But I would love to play it and maybe stream it. That would be fun. Let us put these materials away. What do I have? I have a bit of everything. More wood, which is always great for me because I'm always out. Tools. Okay, and let us just go to sleep. And then we will be on the last day of... Did I like my dog today? I think I did. The last day of spring, and then we'll be going into summer. But yes, the new Pokemon game, it looks fun. Looks completely like what I would enjoy. Just a cozy game. Cozy Pokemon game. And it didn't rain again, Puli. So you lied. You're a big liar. Okay, we've learned to make an omelette. Beautiful. Fortune teller. Okay, we can go mining today. Okay, thank you, Shane. He sent us some pepper poppers. Right? Hello, Chris. Welcome into the stream. If Pokemon isn't in it, then what is the point? I forgot to sell my mayonnaise. We'll go... Hi, boy. We will go and pick up our new pickaxe, and then we shall go into the mines and hopefully not die. Did I need I need cave carrots for something, so I'm not gonna eat them. Big brain. Gonna make some more mayonnaise. Which is your favorite Pokemon? Obviously, Chris, it seems like yours is obviously Snorlax, which I respect because Snorlax is the greatest. He is my spirit Pokemon. I want a giant Snorlax beanbag. I'm not sure where I'd put it, but I want one. Oh my goodness, we have to wait. We'll run in circles a little bit. We just opened the door. So yeah, it looks like we're not getting that catfish, which means... Oh wait, I didn't go visit the lady with the hippo. I gotta go see the lady with the hippo. You bought me the game? What? Did you really? But I can't stream it because I need to get a capture card first. But I thank you, I'm excited. Just for you, we'll go see the lady with the hippo. There she is. The lady and the hippo, you are welcome. What do you have? What do you have? Tomato seeds, octopus, crayfish. Oh my goodness. Dude, these are very expensive. Do you have like... Goodness. Water room. I did need that. I swear I need a nautilus shell for something. There, cave carrot, and I need a purple mushroom. I can get both of those. Crayfish. I swear I need a nautilus shell for something. Do I just get it? I mean, he kind of is already wifed up. I have to pick it up tomorrow. Oh my goodness, thank you. Do I just get the nautilus shell? Yeah, I'll just get it, just in case. You never know. I am so glad I came and saw you, Miss Hippo Woman. You're simping? For me? I'm gonna put this in here, and no, do not eat that mushroom. Oh my goodness. Where are my cave carrots? There. Yeah, there is an Elgato somewhere. I just don't know where. Oh my god, you're simping for Chris too. Someone remind me not to eat that cave carrot. He's probably zoned out playing Overwatch or something. Or he's lurking. There he is. I'm just a baby. Thank God. Thank you, I just received a copper pickaxe. No Overwatch yet? I shall play when I have finished the stream. Okay, let's go deliver this, what is it, crayfish. And the purple mushroom and the cave carrot. Oh, I'm so sad we didn't get the catfish though. It means we can't unlock the minecarts. Which is so sad. Do not eat the carrot. Okay. We've completed one of our fishing bundles, which is great. And it gave me 3 crab pots. I guess I don't have to make them now. And we have unlocked the bulletin board. Okay, chef's bundle. Okay. Oh lord. I knew it. Oh, I need 2 purple mushrooms. Damn it. Okay. But this purple mushroom's not for him. Okay, where did this mushroom have to go? And this cave carrot for one. Okay, they're not in there. Okay, cave carrot, purple mushroom. Okay, now we just need maple syrup or oak resin or pine tar or a morel mushroom. Okay. Any of those will be fine. But now we're going mining. No, I don't want you to go there. Off to the mines to hopefully not die. Dying is not an option. Hello, Linus. Okay, we definitely have to give Shane a beer as well tomorrow. It is a necessity. Okay, and down we go. Sweet iron. Thank you. And look, we have the stairs straight away. Have you seen the new Apex update, Chris? For the, what's it called? The Gungdam? Yeah, whatever that, I can't pronounce it. I know what it is. Yeah, the big robot dude. Like, it looks, the skins look so cool. I don't know why they didn't use their own titans for it though, I'm not gonna lie. Come here, dude. Oh, I did not know you could block. Oh my goodness, I didn't know you could block with the sword in this game. No, I feel that. It doesn't interest me, but it looks cool. And I'm always keeping up to date with it. I have, after all, put so much time into that game. Okay, the sprites love us today. Sir, please don't. I don't like that behavior. Ooh, we got a winter root. %, get you. Oh my god, that's a giant iron vein there. And we have more over here. Not a big one, but you know. See, the combat in this dude's new game is meant to be a lot harder than this. Like, I struggle with them basic mines. I don't know how I'm gonna do... Like, there's 3 other mines in this game, which are all harder. Don't know how I'm gonna do it. And the new game is meant to be even harder with enemies and stuff. So, good luck to me. Dude. I don't want you. Here's the floor, finally. 45. I like it. Soot sprites, I need coal. Give me coal. There's an army of you dudes, gee. Let me eat a carrot. Let me eat 2 carrots. Ah! That's not how you attack them, Khaleesi. Oh. Now we mind. I see gold. Oh no, I hate when the foggy stuff comes in. Oh, I don't like the fog. It's the right way, dudes. Why are there more? Oh my goodness. The spirits were meant to be in a good mood. I'm going straight down. They were not in a good mood. How much stone do I have on me? Not enough. I was gonna make stairs. Yes, I need to get out of the mines. Otherwise, I'm not gonna make it back before I pass out, and that is not something we want right now. We need... no. I really need to get like a light ring. I need to unlock it so that I can actually see what I'm doing. No, I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. No, 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 no. Oh, I did. I passed out. Oh my goodness. Well, it could have gone better. But it's summer, which is exciting. Okay, our farm is a mess. Oh my god, Joja. I didn't want your help. I could have slept peacefully on the floor. Okay, we have a lot of things we need to process. Cave carrots. And also, I want to go and get seeds and plant ready for summer, so... we are ready, boys. We are ready. Let us do this. After I've said hello to the chickens. Hello, ladies. Yes, Papa. Where is he? Oh, there. Let us go spend all our money. Oh, we have to wait till 9. I have to reach the bottom and feed. Build a silo still. We shall see. We shall see if we get any of that stuff done. I am just running around. It's sad we're not gonna get that catfish, but you know. We are just running around until it reaches us. Oh, it's Shane. What? We have 3 hearts, dude. What do you mean? He's always allowed in before me, and it makes me very salty. I want to go in. Great. Out my way. Okay. We want... Let me see what we need for our community bundle first. Summer crops. So we need 1 melon, 1 blueberry, 1 hot pepper, and 1 tomato. So I'm gonna at least get 1 of each. Oh no, dude. I'm gonna get 1 of each. I'm gonna get like 5, a few weed actually, as my filler. And the rest is going into blueberries. Okay. We have spent all our money. We have to hand water these as well, because I don't think I have the good sprinklers unlocked. So yeah, this should be fun. And we're still only... yeah, we haven't got a lot of energy today. So, I'm gonna eat 1 of these carrots. Beautiful. I need to plant that cabbage seed as well. We're gonna need our scythe. Okay. Rusty spur. This is all farming space, people, so we need the room. Although the fact we have 31 blueberries is kind of annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. No. No. Absolutely not. And for year 1, I think I'm not gonna worry about how it all looks. I'm just gonna plan and hope. And I guess I can just add the 1 there. Beautiful. I need to upgrade my watering can, I think, but I'm poor. Okay, now we have 3 melons. 1, 2, 3. one chili pepper. I might have to move our scarecrow. I might have to make multiple scarecrows. Oh my goodness. Then we have one corn. One hop. Corn. Hop. Chili pepper. We have one radish. One tomato, one. Okay. I swear I bought more seeds for flowers, right? Sunflower, okay. 1, 2. And then we need 20 spaces for wheat. I think I'm gonna have to eat something. I just don't know what I'm gonna eat. We'll have to eat this. Okay, that took us up quite a bit. Red cabbage. Okay, we need the red cabbage. I'm gonna put it here next to our blueberries because it's important. I missed those watering spots. We need to get those sprinklers ASAP. Because this is annoying. Okay, all that's watered. So we can put that stuff away for now. I think we're just gonna have to go fishing. Oh, I can donate one of those. Check the mayonnaise. Did I keep a mayonnaise? I'm not sure if I kept a mayonnaise. I think I did. I can hear bees. Which reminds me I need to make a beehive, which is 40 wood, 8 coal. I need to get maple syrup. I don't know how or where to get that, but we will figure it out. And I didn't put my carrot seeds away. Oh my goodness. What is up with my brain? Who knows? Who knows? Ooh. No. I need forageables, people. Don't mind me. Where does this have to go? It's in the winter foraging, I do believe. Yes, I know it's somewhere. It's not there. Here it is. Beautiful. That's one for winter, even though it's summer. Let us go fishing. There, Grape. I need you. Thank you. Oh, I have no bait, but I'm not going back to buy it either, so we're just gonna have to fish. Perfect catch. And we got a carp. Beautiful. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's a catch. And that is all that matters. Perfect. That would have been perfect if it hadn't moved. That's so annoying. We got a bullhead, which is a new record. Fun. But I want new summer fish. That is what I want. I don't want the same fish. Dudes, come on. It's just gonna give me all the same fish. I can feel it. Perfect. I know. Another carp, seriously. Look at the cute little firefly. We come back early. I quickly need to sort my fish out. Okay. I did not keep a gold mayonnaise, oh my goodness. Okay, let me quickly... I don't have an iridium carp. Or iridium bullhead for that matter. Okay. I can pretty much sell all the fish. And then we go to sleep. That is day 1 of summer done. Okay, we made some money. That's good. I really need to upgrade my watering can. Otherwise, watering all the crops is not going to be good. Okay. No mining today. It will be fishing again for us. Hello, ladies. Where's my other chicken? Where is she? There she is. They are producing great eggs now, most of the time. Which we need. Welcome into the stream, brother. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Yeah, I'm out of water again. This isn't good. Okay, let me take that to the community center actually. Otherwise I might accidentally eat it or sell it, and that's not what we need. Okay. I need to buy fishing bait also. Another forageable. I need it. I want it. Give it. And there's another one. Beautiful. I'm still really sad about that fish. Bully, you were wrong. We didn't get rain on the last 2 days of spring. Okay. Another bundle complete. Beautiful. Ooh, 30 summer seeds. Fun. What have I unlocked now? Oh, that one. And I have to buy. I have to pay for those ones. Okay. Maybe we should try some ocean fishing. I'm not worthy? That is just rude. I need to forage all these because money. We need all the money we can get. And bait. We need bait from Willy. Ahoy! Come in, make yourself at home. I just need your bait. Aye, that's good stuff there. The fish go crazy for it. Just make sure to wash your hands good after dipping them in those juices. Oh my goodness. The aroma has been known to linger for up to 7 weeks, miss. Oh my goodness. So, you've been catching a lot of fish? Yes. Oh, he gave us a heart. A lady after my own heart. I want to marry Willy. You can always count on a lady who fishes. That's what me old pappy used to say, at least. Well, keep it going if you can catch every fish in these waters. I've got a special prize waiting for you. Oh. Oh. What's wrong, Willy? What's wrong? Tell me. Aye, well, business has been tough lately. It all started about the same time that old community centre fell to ruin. Me fish just don't sell like they used to. I've been working double time just to make ends meet. No time for my own projects, but if things pick back up around here, I might have the time to show you something. Aha, yeah, she's back there. An old friend that's seen better days. That sounds weird. Someday, miss, you'll see what I mean. Oh, goodness. You can take that. And... did he have a better rod? No. You're not even selling fish, dude. I need a catfish. We'll just get a load of bait. Don't mind if I do. Thanks, Willy. Let's see if we can get some good fish. Okay, that's not a purple fish. Ooh! Okay, I needed one of those, and I know I needed one of those. I want this chest. Okay, back to the fish. Nope, 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 nope. Beautiful. Another flounder. And some iron. I'll take it. Perfect catch. Another one. Okay, and I've leveled up in fishing, which is great. Just what we want. Oh my goodness. You crazy. You crazy. You're a crazy fish. No, 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 no. Stay. Oh no. Why are you being so difficult? Oh my goodness. Did you see how difficult that one was? That is crazy, man. I'll never say no to bait. Always need it. Bubbles. Trash, seriously. Is that all these bubbles are gonna give me? Trash. Oh my goodness. Do not laugh at me, Poolie. That fish was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Perfect, I know. Oh no, not another one. Nope, 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 nope. Dude, dude, dude. Oh my goodness. Why is he up and down like that? Like, no. What is with you? Some crazy fish. Again, what is with these fish today? I finally got a tuna. Great. And some wood. Beautiful. Why am I only getting junk from these bubbles? They're meant to be superior fish. Stupid tuna. And now the bubble's gone. It's a sad time. Nope, nope. Fire quartz, I need. Oh! I got a dinosaur egg! I got a dinosaur egg! Oh my goodness! Okay, I'm not giving it to Gunther, I'm gonna hatch it. I'm getting a dinosaur. I don't care. River, dude, I don't want trash. Okay, I'm exhausted. Do I have enough energy for one more fish? I don't think I will. Which I think is kind of rude. Let me see if I have any fish. Nope. I have 2 for this. Okay. Ooh, 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 and we need to update our list. So I'll bring up the list. Like, again, I don't know why the list has decided to do that, but okay. List. So we have a tilapia, we have a tuna, and did we catch one of those? Let me check. Fish. I don't think we did. So annoying. Okay. I think that's all that we have gotten. What's this one? A red mullet. Did I? No. There we go. Now I think that's all the fish ticked off. Okay. Let us go and put what we have in the bundle. So we have a tuna and we have... We just need a red snapper now. Where do we get a red snapper from? It does not say on the thing, which is not good. Oh, there. Summer. Okay, it has to be raining. So we have to hope for rain around these parts of the woods. Okay, let us see what fish we need to keep. You, and the tuna. Yes. And I need to keep my... Oh, I could have donated the... God damn it. I can keep the trash, because that sells. Or we can put it in the machine. He's just been a good boy and sleeping on the crops. No, I needed one coal. My brain is fried. I have no money for that one right now, dude. Sorry. Yes, fire quartz and a frozen tear. Don't I have a frozen tear? I do. Okay, we can go complete that. Let us go. Give me 2 seconds. Let's go donate this. I think that's almost 3 bundles that we've completed today now, which is good. Okay, you and you. Yay! Another bundle that we've completed. And we get new geodes, okay. We can do those two pretty much soon also. Let's get the list up. And then we can go into bundles. Okay, so we've done... Did we do the crab pot bundle? Fish tank. I think we did, right? We did the crab pot bundle. Was it the crafts room? Exotic. It was the summer foraging. We just did the geologists. And we've done the summer crop bundle. Okay. So we're making good progress, I guess, on the bundles. I should check what... I need 5 melons, okay. I need to buy a load more melons. Okay, we are 4 hearts with him now. Oh my goodness. Should we try this minigame thing again? Because I have to do a run of this game without... Oh god. Okay. Oh my god, no. My keyboard just disconnected. God. Well, isn't this going splendid? Okay. Okay, how is anyone meant to do this? I'm sorry. Oh, no. This is too stressful for me, dudes. Oh my goodness, I've mixed up my buttons. No, no, no. I mixed up my buttons. Oh my goodness. Oh god, there's more? How is anyone meant to do any of this without dying once? Oh my god, they have armor now? What is this? Oh my goodness. No. Why do they have armor? What is this? Oh. I didn't know it was a spiky thing. Okay, let's try again. Okay, I don't think I did that bad. Okay. Oh my goodness, how is this the first level? I got struck by lightning. What? Oh no, okay, it lets me... Oh my god. No! I was doing so good. Oh, that was close. Oh my goodness. Nope, 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 nope. Oh no. How is anyone meant to do this without dying? Oh my god, I ran into that one. I've never even reached the level. No, 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 no. Oh. Why do I do this? Okay, we'll try it one more time. This damn game. This damn game, dude. Oh god. This was not made. What does that do? Okay, it teleports me. And it stops it. Oh no, 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 no. That just made it harder, I think. I don't like this. I don't like the fertilizer. What am I meant to do here? Oh my goodness. I'm so not gonna get this achievement. It's one of the achievements I need. God. Oh my goodness. I don't think so, sir. That was ridiculous. I got surrounded, dude. Okay. Okay. That's that done. We're better than what we were. Oh god. Willie, are you laughing at me? Really? That was our like 4 seconds of fun. 4 seconds of chaoticness. Gosh. Do I need mayonnaise? No. No, I do not. But I do need to get some more animals. Need practice. Oh my goodness, it's gonna take... Oh my goodness. It's gonna take me a lifetime, it feels like. There was an earthquake during the night. Okay. So I'm gonna go for fish worth 25% more because, you know, money. Ooh, it's raining. Fun. The Queen of Sauce. Okay, we've made omelets. Great. Fortune teller. Tell me something good. Okay, we can go mining today. This is embarrassing. I lost my... Mayor Lewis lost his underwear. I know where it is. Oh, what did I do with my sword? There it is. No. There it is. Yes. We can eat cave carrots to survive. Although I don't think the ladies are gonna want to go outside. No, don't eat that egg. Is this where I find like a giant thing on my land? Yeah, I need practice. I feel like it's gonna take me a very long time. It's gonna be the one achievement that I just take forever. Ooh, a grape. $45. Let's go. I need to stop taking damage from stupid things. That just popped up out of nowhere. Oh, dudes. Beautiful. We have some frozen geodes, which is great. You are going to die. By thy sword. Thank you. You're an angry little dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Two ladders. The spirits really do like me today. Summer squash? I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Another chest. What did we get? Boots. I think I already have those. This one. No, that gives me more defense. Okay. Thank you. Okay. He was angry. How much does that do? Oh my god, that's so much better than mine. Oh no, not this again. I need a ladder. A ladder is what I need. Down into the mines. Oh my goodness, so many monsters. Bonked. Oh my goodness. Where'd he go? Oh my goodness. We have leveled up again, which is great. Hopefully in combat. And we have reached Should we? Meh. No, I don't want to risk passing out. We've reached 55, which is good. Just a few more levels to go. I need to blow this up too. Oh, I needed to fish in the rain. Damn it. We will have to hope. Quickly drop some of this stuff into the community center. Where? Okay. I got a solar essence over here. Yay! Ooh, we got a magnet ring, okay. Now we just have to do one of each of these and we get mine cards, so I feel good about that. And we can put one of the rings on. Perfect. And then we have another winter forage thing, so we can put that in. Yes, it's getting late. I can see that. We just have to get some gold now. I think I have 4, so maybe I can buy one from Clint. And then we can completely finish off that, the minecarts. And then we'll be able to travel around so much quicker. It'll be so nice. Okay, I don't need you. Wait, did I not? Wait, no, I can put one of you in, it's fine. Okay. That's one. We'll go to sleep. Level 4, and we get a warrior ring, which is great. We won't have made really much there, but that's fine. Day 3 of summer, year 1 is complete. And with that, oh, it's raining again. That's great. When we log back in, we won't have to do our crops and we can do fishing, but no, don't go to sleep. I think we're just gonna go ahead and end the stream here. So yeah, thank you all for joining me on this. Is it Thursday? I think it's Thursday. But yeah, it's been nice. It's been a good stream. I'm hoping, no, I will be streaming on Sunday, and obviously it'll be Stardew Valley because it's Stardew Sunday. But if I can find a capture card and I get this Pokemon game, maybe I'll throw in me playing Pokemon game, maybe, if people were like that. I mean, I would like that, so I'm probably gonna do it. Yes, we've completed 4 bundles today, which is great. We've caught a load of fish. So yeah, we've done a load of great things today. We're making good progress. And I will see you all either, well, it'll either be in the next, like, tomorrow or the day after, or Sunday. So yeah, goodbye, have a lovely evening, take care.